Is America too full? By Connor Goring. Is America the land of opportunity? Is America too full? These are some questions that many Americans ask today. With over 1.8 million immigrants coming over to America, will America overfill? The stereotype of immigrants would be Mexicans, jumping the border fence, or Cubans floating on rafts. Though many Mexican immigrants come into this nation, many people from around the world also come as immigrants. And according to this chart, people from India, China, Pakistan, Haiti, Vietnam, and much more come over as immigrants. Many believe that immigrants are overpopulating the United States of America. And according to the World Population Awareness Group, in little more than 50 years, there will be no majority race in the United States. And as more and more immigrants come into this nation, more people call it illegal and unfair. For example, Numbers USA.
I need a job. What I don't understand is why our leaders are going to admit another 1 million immigrant workers next year to take jobs when 3 million Black Americans can't find work. I mean, do our leaders really believe that Black Americans don't want to work? Let's slow down mass immigration and save jobs for Americans, all Americans, paid for by numbersusa.org.
Though some people might not like immigrants, other people believe that we should work together and create a perfect nation. One man in particular who believes immigration is not a crime is John F. Kennedy.
To realize that we are the descendants of 40 million people who left other countries, other familiar scenes, to come here to the United States to build a new life, to make a new opportunity for themselves and their children. I think it is not a burden, but a privilege.
Immigrants have specifically helped Virginia's economy by taking up the hard jobs that Americans do not want to do, such as construction work. Every immigrant that comes into America, illegally or not, comes to start a new life, to have more opportunity, or to raise their family. In my opinion, if all immigrants came to this nation legally, everyone would be happy. There would no longer be hate on immigrants. America started with men and women wanting to have freedom and more opportunity. So what's wrong with people wanting the same thing today? What are some things you had to do to become a legal immigrant?
The first thing we had to do was we had to apply. My husband applied for a special person visa. So we all came across on his visa, and we weren't allowed to work. So I wasn't allowed to work until such time as we had the green card, which took about 4 years.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, just before we got our green card, we had to go through medical testing, where they test for AIDS, tuberculosis, and all sorts of things that you would carry with you from South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
We did those medical tests, then we got our green card issued, and then we could work, which was quite nice. It took about 5 years to do the test to become a citizen. And then between time, they did background checks on us, and we had to go for numerous fingerprinting and, that sort of thing.
Oh, so it took you 5 years to become a legal immigrant?
It took us about 4 years to get a green card, but we were in the country legally because we were here on my husband's visa.
Oh, okay.
The application, applying for a green card takes a long time. You put in all the paperwork, and then you basically just have to wait. And at various times you get called that you either need to go for fingerprinting, or as I said, we had to go for medical tests. And then once you've got the green card, then you start applying. You take the next step to apply to become a citizen. And that took about 5 years. So we were here for just over 9 years before we became citizens.
Oh, so Would you say that becoming a legal immigrant is hard work?
It is, and it can make you feel a little bit threatened, because you always feel at any time, for whatever reason, they can decide that they don't want you anymore and you can be sent home.
Franklin D. Roosevelt says, remember always, that all of us, and you and I especially, are descendants from immigrants and revolutionists. You never get a second chance to make a first impression.